So it's been a minute. In my defense, I've been very busy socially and physically. Work has been getting a little bit more tough in places that I can't discuss. And I don't know why I'm not putting much detail. I made this one look nice and detailed. When I do these, I normally do like a bunch of rough sketches. I'm sure you can see how rough these sketches get. Anyway, I'm getting off topic, sorry. Gets that ADHD in me. So yeah, it's been a minute. Had some social issues go on, and then I made some social plans, and I've been planning that for a while now. I'm not gonna finish this drawing, I'm gonna be honest. This one's not gonna be finished. I have drawn things-ish in the time frame of me being utterly busy with my personal life. That's kind of why I was like, oh, this is not going to be a very weekly show, is it? Yeah, probably not going to be a very weekly show. I can show you guys the other stuff. So I know for a fact I'm not going to be finishing a lot of... And there we go, the ad's gone. Okay. No, I'm not going to get an ad blocker. Why? Because I'm lazy as crud. Anyway, I've been working on that thing for 30 minutes. Wow. So, for proof, I've been working on stuff. I promise. Oh, you saw that one already, I think. But yeah, I have been working on stuff. My favorite is this little, like, trippy glitter effect. Hand-drawn and edited. I kind of want to talk about this character, because I haven't spoken a lot about them, but they show up a lot. So, let me find one that's not that hard to censor. This character of mine is a very important character to me. I'll go back to drawing in a second. So I love story writing, right? I love story writing. I love making characters and all that good stuff. And so I have a lot of characters. This one in particular is a character that I wrote when I was doing a study analysis of people who are a little bit more sadder than others and decide to partay in activities that aren't the healthiest for their digestion. That was a terrible squiggle. I'm talking about gug abuse. I think I censored that enough. If you're not comfortable with stuff like that, I understand. Honestly, you can swipe along. I like deep and not the most happiest topics, so a lot of my art reflects that. It's not because anything personal. Ugh. It's simply just I did a psychology study on some really dark topics in high school, and that stuff was absolutely fascinating to me. And I've always had a fascination for certain disorders and other stuff. And when I found like weirdcore, which I hope is not triggering if anyone hears that. When I found weirdcore, freaking fell in love with the aesthetics and everything, and just like the trippiness of it, and decided to delve as much as I possibly could into figuring what the heck weirdcore is. And it's kind of hard to explain, but for those who don't know, weirdcore is essentially like, how do I explain it? It's taking like whatever, like it's taking comfortability and then altering that comfortability into something unusual. Like you're comfortable, like your brain's automatically comfortable with seeing faces. It's automatically comfortable with seeing something that's, it's like you know, like back rooms. It's kind of comfortable seeing stuff like that, you know? Like you're comfortable seeing what looks to be a normal location, but when you stay there and look a bit harder, you realize it's less normal, and things are not where they're supposed to be, or not how it's supposed to be, and everything's a little bit weird. Hence the weird part of weirdcore. And I eat that crap up. I freaking love the idea of like comfortability and enormality. I think I said that right. If I did not, oh well. So that character kind of spawned from like the idea of, and it's inspiration from other people's projects. I won't lie. There's this very specific project that comes to mind that I can't necessarily talk about without putting a trigger warning from just the title of it. And I loved that project when it came out. I'm trying to think of like what can give hint to it. What can give hint to what the project is. Essentially, it was this like person recording like them stuck in their house, and they had multiple beings that represent the darkest parts of their mind trapping them in their house. But they eventually led to drug abuse, and yeah, that did not end out too well for them. But they figured it out in their storyline because the comment section is awesome, and they were able to make a resolution. So heavily inspired by that, I think I got most of that line. Sorry, I'm still drawing in the background. These lines don't need to be perfect. I probably will eventually fix them. Maybe, if I don't give up on this drawing. Oh. My phone got bored of me and stopped recording. Okay, cool. Good thing I'm watching my recording. Move that way. See if that will change that. Anyway. Like heavily inspired by things, and so that character in particular is just like my little character that's like I used to make a bunch of characters like that were religious based, though it's kind of hard to talk about those online, and those characters were typically like guides for the world or for other stuff, because I just like, you know, expository characters meant they're only for exposition. That hand is terrible and I'm fixing it later. Screw it. But that was kind of like what the idea of that character is. So I can pop out of this one more time. Please take easier times to load. Yay. Like, in some of these, you see, like, they're chopping their hair off. That's scissors, that's hair. I know, it's the way the filter went on top of the hair. It did not look good. I'm sorry. Anyway, like, them chopping their hair off or pulling their hair out. And then, like, other ones of, like, them holding... It's loading. Okay, anyway, you can't see it, but there's, like, drugs here. I said the word. Damn it. Grugs. Grug. I'll put a warning on top of the thing. Anyway, freaking, you see like them partaking in the forbidden activities, and you know, just like maybe a little bit of hallucination. Just if it focuses, yeah. So it's just kind of like they're always there. The next one I was going to do was like other scenarios. But it's just always there. My character is just always there, always watching, because they know you're getting a step closer and closer and closer and closer and closer, and they're just waiting till you end up in a weird chord-like world, and then, you know, you're stuck with them. They just want a friend. They'll be your guide. They'll help you out. They promise. Okay, anyway, that was an update for today. I'm probably not going to finish any of these drawings. This is my favorite part of the only thing that I did here. Yeah, I'm probably not finishing anything today. But bye! Enjoy the update, I guess. Okay, bye.